So today we're gonna fulfill the dream of every angsty teenager and become a ninja. Not just any old ninja, the Grand Master. Kind of like that one kid that can't figure out how to run properly. First things first, we have to get just enough money to trade in this dart for a shuriken. So we can pop the balloons a lot better and we get a cool bathrobe looking thing with it. And these things are a lot better at popping balloons. It only pops one layer at a time though, which I'm not a fan of. So hopefully the Grandmaster is better and makes up for it by just throwing a lot of these things, but just a little more of this. And then we come over here, get a little bit of discipline, and then give some discipline to the balloons so that by the time we finish round number 9, we get some sharp shurikens, which can thankfully do a lot more good for us by popping even more balloons. And unfortunately, the path to becoming a Grandmaster is gonna get super expensive. So we have to deal with the yellow balloons that are showing up now and the endless stream of balloons that can somehow surround me, so I lose a lot of health, a little more than what I would call nice. It's that point in the early game where I'm like, oh yeah, I got this, no problem, and then I get super comfortable and it's like, haha, surprise. But anyway, we overshot the mark a little bit and now I can get some double shot going for double shuriken throws, even though they both fly in a straight line. But that means more balloons get popped, so I'm totally okay with that. And we're starting to get some pink balloons, so that's gonna be extra good for us that we got the upgrades. Still really wish it was popping more than one layer at a time, but ninjas are, you know, quick fighters and not necessarily strong ones. And thankfully all these endless streams of balloons position themselves in a nice little line for us to throw shurikens through. But now after just a few more rounds of endless green balloons and an incessant amount of yellow and pink balloons, we now have enough to buy a tree. And these black balloons really don't mean anything to us, except just a lot of pink balloons that get immediately released. And then we just get all them in a line and start popping them even more. And then we just come back around the other way and then start popping them in a line again. And now we can pour all the money we make back into the tree and then pour even more money into the tree, because the tree is our best friend that we love very much. It is kind of nice that the monkey can run faster than the pink ones, because I can just make a whole bunch of them out of the black and white ones and then just have fun popping them all in a line because they get into a line super quickly. But now trees are really expensive, so we can start working towards this Bloon Jitsu, which I guess means we just throw 5 shurikens at a time. At least that's what the picture says. Also, for some reason, the ninja monkeys can't see the camo balloons, even though I know for a fact that's a thing in the, you know, real game. But it doesn't matter because we can just buy this and be done with it. And then the purple balloons do the same thing as the black and white ones. The zebra balloons are pretty much the same thing. Not really a whole lot of difference there. Oh, now we get to the really painful rounds that just trickle out one type of balloon at a time, rather than just going to the big meaty ones. And then the big, fast, and tough ones come out later. So now we just get a big old Skittle bag of balloons over there. Gonna pop the rainbow. And then later I actually will pop the rainbow. And now we have enough for Bloon Jitsu with a lot more shurikens in hand or paw. What does it monkeys have? I never figured that out. Anyway, steel balloons. Okay, now it throws out a fan of them. So that works pretty good. Should be even better for taking out groups. Oh yeah, that's much better for taking out groups. Even after popping the steel ones, and then they all just kind of fan out like that. So this might work better if I'm standing farther away from the balloons, which is a little hard to do because the yellow ones are really fast. But yeah, that works pretty well. So is this really the only difference in ninja is how many ninja stars can you throw at a time? It's like, yes, I am in my 4th year of ninja school. I can throw 4 shurikens at a time. What can you do? And then the protagonist is like, yeah, I threw 16 one time when I was 5 years old, and then he's some sort of chosen one that can throw like the biggest shuriken of them all, which is actually like one shuriken comprised up of like 100 shurikens pressed together. It's some weird anime twist like that. That's usually how they go. But now we are 1 round away pretty much from upgrading the tree even more, and now we just want to get all these balloons in a circle in the middle, getting rid of the ones on the fringes so I don't run into them. A nice big arc like this is very nice indeed. And now the robes are white, so I wonder what color the Grandmaster Ninja robes are gonna be. And now it's like, hey, we're legitimate ninja monkey now because we can see camo balloons, even though I had to buy that for whatever reason. But now let's upgrade the plantation, take care of these balloons that try to flank around the other side of the tree, and then pop them all once they're in a group like this so that we can get these lovely bananas right here, and then use that money to buy a tank, because if there's one thing that ninjas were missing, it was a tank. And hey, what did I tell you before? I'm popping the rainbow now, and for some reason my tank decides to not fire sometimes, even though there's balloons like right there and they're definitely in range. There he goes. Except he's right next to a tree, so is that hitting? It might be. I'll just let him take care of that and then get started on the next wave. And then we get used to the immediate popping in my ears because the tank is always finding himself right in the middle of all the balloons when he shoots. And then we get to machine gun for even more endless popping. I feel like this is gonna be one of those classes where I rely on my support units a lot to take care of the bigger, like Moab looking balloons. Just cause this by itself, I really don't see working out. But what do I know? I've never been a Grandmaster before. But now we're here with ceramic balloons, which take a few shots to pop them down to rainbow. Kind of similar to the steel balloons, but they all go away anyway. While I'm here, I do want to get a tack shooter along with a few upgrades, just so I can have something fun that can shoot in the middle. I usually get the plane first, but it's time to see what these two units can do when they're by themselves, and me helping, of course. And there's a lot of heart balloons that I can see, so hopefully we're able to keep up with the regrow, but it all works out. And now we have the first Moab, so let's just throw a couple shurikens at you, see how well you hold up. And you hold up pretty well. So yeah, like I said, this would be a hard class to run by itself. And there's a lot of zebra balloons this round, which thankfully we can keep up with our endless fan of popping shurikens, making sure our tack shooter gets a bit of fun every now and then, and getting into a mix of heart rainbow and camo rainbow balloons, it looks like, neither of which are really that much of an issue. And I think it is time we got the monkey ace because it's so cheap right now, plus the regrow blocker and rapid fire. I tell you, if they had planes in feudal Japan, then the ninja situation might have gone over differently. For whose favor? I don't know. And these guys get to popping immediately as soon as the wave starts. Whoop, and they're sneaking up on me again. Can't really stay still. Sneaking up on a ninja, how ridiculous. And now we have to deal with reinforced ceramic balloons, which I'm definitely not equipped to handle the most effectively. And we're still quite a bit away from getting the super bananas, which are gonna help us get to that Grandmaster upgrade a lot sooner than just shooting all these balloons normally. But I'll just take care of all these rainbow balloons because there are more balloons around the field, the better it looks when I jump in the air. And we're just shy. Well, not really just shy, but shy enough for I'll just go a little bit into this round and be able to buy it. Just gotta throw into a big field of green balloons, which if you look at them from over this way, you could probably green screen them and then put whatever you want on the balloons. And then while we're running by, I'm just gonna buy the upgrade right now before I forget. And that money comes a lot quicker. And then we're starting to get Moabs on the regular now that we're at round 50, which my tank would be a lot better at shooting if he could figure out where he was looking. He's just darting around everywhere like, they're everywhere. Like, look at him, he's just pretty much shaking his head. He doesn't know where to shoot first. And once we deal with these camo ceramic balloons, we should be about halfway to getting the Grandmaster upgrade. So not quite halfway, but close. That just means we gotta pop more of these things, including the Moabs, which I am definitely not able to take these out by myself very effectively. And we're starting to get 3 Moabs at a time. This should mean lots of money for us. As soon as I can get these shurikens to pop them effectively, which I can't even do that right. The most I can really do is get rid of these ceramics one by one by myself. But now we're only 10,000 away, give or take, from the Grandmaster. So we should be able to get it before the red Moabs show up. And now we just have to deal with a whole big mess of ceramics. And then just a few more seconds of popping. And then we should... Yes, we do. We can become a Grandmaster Ninja with the power of money and... What in the world? Did my hand change color or is this a glove? Anyway, I think that's a lot more shurikens. Let's find out. Oh my. Well, technically it's a lot more shurikens. I'm just throwing them super fast and now I can take care of a Moab by myself. Very good. And I'm popping the green ones all the way down to nothing. Oh, I like the ninja now. This is what I like to see. Am I getting rid of the pinks right away? No, I don't think I am. But that is so much quicker. I like it. Yeah, the pink ones get popped down to blue and the Moabs just don't stand a chance anymore. I like this. And we also get the super quick throwing animation again, so yay. So now we can do the thing where we pour the rest of our upgrades into our support units, like a tack sprayer and the plane and the tank. So now all of us should have a much better time popping all of these balloons, especially since I can take care of a Moab by myself finally. That was a big thing I was worried about. So before we face the red Moab, I think I'll get a Moab barrage, just because I feel like my shurikens aren't gonna be that much more effective. It wasn't too bad. I feel like I'm definitely gonna need that though when there's like 3 of them at once. Hello, goodbye. Popping all of you down to nothing. What I still don't understand is the color scheme of this Grandmaster. Makes him look like a zombie ninja, which is the kind of thing you'd expect from Plants vs. Zombies, not Bloons. But now the Moabs are starting to get reinforced. A lot of good it's gonna do them because my shurikens, okay, they struggle a little bit, but Not too bad. Definitely not compared to the previous upgrade, which the scale and power difference is kind of surprising. I guess that's why it was literally 10 times the cost of money to get it. I'm pretty much the most powerful person ever right now, so I might as well have fun with it. And speaking of fun, we can have a lot of fun with the Spectre upgrade and the Overdrive, so these Moabs can disappear a whole lot quicker. And I haven't even used the barrage yet, probably because there hasn't been a red one for a while. I feel like now that I've said that though, there's probably gonna be one that pops out of a pipe at some point, because they are still pouring out. There they are, and we'll launch a barrage at them so that we can get rid of that Moab droning as soon as possible, and then just fill our ears with the incredible sound of infinite popping. And now we can get the final upgrade for the tack shooter, with a little left over to get large caliber ammo for our tank. Just in time for more red ones. And I feel like things are gonna be pretty nice for us this round, because these balloons are popping so incredibly fast. Just gotta be careful that I don't end up next to a pipe. You never know when a Moab might try to go ninja mode. Oh, now there's a lot of Moabs coming out at once. Well then, do I drop a barrage on them? I kind of feel like I don't need to. Might as well just save it for red and up. Speaking of, let's launch a barrage at these guys. Yes, beautiful. And make sure these balloons go by our ultimate tack shooter right here. And it always sucks when I start the round before having another barrage ready, because that means I have to do this by hand, which takes even longer. But the good news is now I have enough to give my tank friend his ultimate upgrade. So now we have reinforced red Moabs. Thankfully, those go down with a barrage fairly well. Well, anyway, let's see how we do against the big black one. This is significantly slower than everything else. So yeah, when those come up, it is time for a barrage. Most definitely. So now it's just a matter of getting past the next 10 waves. Oh my goodness. I maybe should have waited until I got a barrage. Which way do I run? This way. Yep. Okay, we're good. And then the barrage takes out the rest of the red ones because it decided to like me today. And we're at the point now we're launching a barrage every single wave. So now we just have to worry about getting past the initial pincer movement of the balloons and making sure we have enough time between each wave for the barrage to come back, and not wasting it on these blue ones, because there's definitely going to be red ones later. Anyway, round 85, and there's 2 black Moabs. And they get popped instantly from the barrage. Very good. And I do like how they both came from the same direction, not trying to set up a pincer move like before. And we're also rich by $200,000. So really there's nothing that can go wrong because I'm rich. And now there's 3 of them and still staying all on one side. Now there's a ton of red ones. Thankfully, they're all driving right by my super powered tack shooter, which I think is able to take out a lot of the Moabs by itself. Very nice. And now they're all getting reinforced now, which is gonna be fun. Because I'm pretty sure it's wave 90 that the camouflage ones show up. I don't remember all too much. We're getting some heart steel balloons. There it is. Thankfully, those are pretty much the same toughness as the blue Moabs, even though they're just a fast as the pink ones, but it all goes bye-bye anyway. So now really there's only 8 more waves that are gonna be a challenge. So I have to manage my barrages very carefully, as in launch it right now. Very nice, and then we can come around here. Ooh, that was close. Black ones get the barrage, and they're still alive. Well, I think one of them got taken out. Actually, no, because then there would be red ones. So none of them got taken out. Fantastic. So as I said before, the wave is going on long enough where I get to launch the barrage twice. There we go. That's a much better effect. Now we just wait for that to come back, and then we go again with some red ones and some black fast ones. But hey, they're all taken out anyway. Sweet. Whoa, okay. Ouch. That hurt pretty bad. So yeah, no more of that or else I die, and then the video's over. So hopefully the balloon spawns are nice to me this time. Okay, there's a bunch of, okay, there's black ones over there, so I guess we gotta go this way. And clear the way, clear the way, clear the way, clear the way. This is not looking good for me right now. Oh, sneak under that one. Woo! Thank you for being oversized. Oh man, I can feel that one hovering over my head. You ever get that? You're playing a game and then you actually like physically duck out of the way because something's incoming? Just, you know, real gamer moments. So only a few more challenging waves. Just gotta be, oh dear, really careful about this. I think I need to go now. Yep, just calmly passing underneath. And then passing underneath this one. And then we make a clean getaway. And we get to launch the barrage again. Please take out the black one. There you go. Okay, I've definitely been stopped on this next wave before. I can feel it. Oh yeah, black reinforced Moabs. Get a barrage right away. Actually, they just these 2 by themselves. So it's not as bad as I thought. Just casually cutting back this way. And then scooting underneath. And they can't touch me now. Can't touch this. I really do wonder what the most effective support unit is. I feel like it's the airplane. Because it's just a constant, just onslaught of darts. Plus a bomb with it. Yeah, this guy can do kind of the same thing, but he kind of derps out with the shooting sometimes. The plane doesn't do that. And oh boy, yep, time for some of this. And then we scoot around this way as soon as possible. Go away. All right then, that worked much better than waiting around. And then let's make sure they all go by the tack shooter and launch another barrage at the same time for devastating effect. And we might get a third barrage if this goes well enough. And there's 2 red Moabs left, and then 1. And then none, just before the third barrage. And now all those are taken care of. So I think this next wave is just reinforced black Moabs and then camo black ones, right? Or no, just small ones. Oh, and then there's gonna be more, isn't there? Yep, there's the black ones, and they're reinforced. That's what it is. I was kind of getting them mixed up in my head, but anyway, they're gonna be popped really quick. And by really quick, I mean in like 5 minutes, because that's how long it takes for these shurikens to do anything to these guys. But it's all worth it, because then all the smaller ones just get cleared out so quick. Anyway, another barrage. There we go. So now the true test of a ninja. How well can you handle a purple Moab? This is taking quite a bit of time, even with everything wailing on it. So let's just get the tack shooter involved. It took a while for it to get involved. I guess it just sticks up that much. And yeah, this thing is no joke. It can take a lot of abuse. But then we get rid of it, and we launch a barrage at the rest of it, and it's all bye-bye. So I became the Grandmaster Ninja Hokage and used my Bankai to find the One Piece. Sub to intern. And I do want to thank the channel members, including Bread, Dakota C, Calvin K, Mr. Cripple 1, Master Roshi, Ancient Elixir, Corby Farm, Destructo Man, Bladed Archer, Cowboy, Donamoto, Devion X, Muffin Stuffer, Lucas S, Ali B, and Splatter Sacks.